big news. Travis, Olson, and I have planted our flags together in the Pacific Northwest. Travis, I can't begin to explain how excited I am, but more than anything, to latch onto your wagon and have the momentum that you have over the years in this business and your opportunity to help so many producers. So everybody, AnnieMac is officially plugged in with Travis Olson out in Lake Oswego. Man, I am so excited. Thanks for joining me quickly today. I wanted to get everybody a snapshot on what's going on in our world.
Sure. Kelsey, thanks. It's a pleasure to be here. I have enjoyed every minute of getting to know you and feeding off of your energy and your power and the following that you have on social media. It's funny. I've in my journey to join AnnieMac, I really did my due diligence, and I talked to some of the best organizations in the country, really. So I feel really blessed with the decision that I made. And it's funny, in my process, as I've been dealing with some awesome recruiters and just some neat people, I've had some follow-up conversations with them. It's been really neat because 2 or 3 of them have said to me, wow, Kelsey is powerful. In this space right now, there's really nobody that's doing what she's doing. And those are like unsolicited compliments from, I don't know, I don't want to call them competitors, let's just call them fellow colleagues. But to be able to partner with you, have your energy spread in the Pacific Northwest, it's been viral, and I'm starting to see it with the people that we're communicating with and the people that we're talking with, and the feedback that we're getting from them. It just really supports everything that you and I talk about every single day and what we get excited about, which is bringing this to their level, operating in their world, talking about how we're going to make their lives better. So that's exciting to me. And it's a different feeling than anything I've experienced in the last 35 years in this crazy business.
Amen. And, I realized I started the conversation out with, oh my God. And literally, I know as a fellow Christian, as the way you build your business, the way you start your day, like we have really connected on another level. And I truly believe that is the full force of momentum behind this. And, the people that we've introduced each other to, and as we've been building, I'm looking at my numbers now, we've got over 950 million active loan officers, branches in our pipeline that are learning about AnnieMac in a month. We have moved mountains, no pun intended, from our last post of us joining forces. But there's such a different momentum behind this, because what AnnieMac is gaining and really that traction comes from the different tools and technologies that are allowing producers to scale that nobody else has. So maybe just do a quick commercial for everybody watching this in the Pacific Northwest. What do they now have access to as their leader? And in discovery with us, what's maybe some of your key highlighted things that you would say attracted you most to AnnieMac?
Boy, that's a great question. And there were so many things that attracted me to AnnieMac. At the end of the day, I think what really was the deciding factor for me was the culture and the leadership. When I had the ability to meet with the guys back east, and I felt in them, not just saw in them, but when I felt their commitment to the Pacific Northwest and committing to this market, and understanding how much potential there is. This is $1 billion market within 25 miles of where I sit right now. If you just were to draw a big circle around it, it's a tremendous opportunity. And it's a $2 to $3 billion market if you even expand it out further up into the Seattle area and surrounding areas. But we've just got some tremendous opportunities within some of the rural communities around Oregon and Washington and into Idaho. The opportunity and the potential, but to be able to see that in the eyes of Vince and in the eyes of Paul, our leaders back east, and them wanting to be in this market, willing to make the investment in this market. And then when you start looking at all the tools that we have, and just the mindset of how we approach this business as an industry and almost as a science. It's far more than just being a mortgage originator the way it was 20 years ago. From our tech stack to our CRM to everything that we have in place, proprietary to AnnieMac, I've just never personally experienced anything like it. It was interesting to me because as I sat and listened, I was listening as a leader and as a recruiter and as somebody that's coming into a market and changing a market. But as important, I was listening as a loan officer, because that's what I've always been. I've closed loans now for almost 30 years. And I think it's one of the things that has kept me relevant within the recruiting world is I've always been able to look my candidates in the eye and say, yes, I understand that pain point because I had that happen last week. Here's why we do things differently. So keeping that relevancy in the conversation is super important to me. And then having the autonomy to be able to do that with AnnieMac combined with the tools that we have, it's just been amazing to me. It's been almost an awakening to me, because I've realized in the past how much I've left on the table because I didn't have a certain resource available to me. And I could get into all these fancy technical names and partnerships that we have. But I'll just tell you what, from a tech space and from a customer analytical data space, I've never worked for an organization that is more positioned for success for the next 10 to 15 years. So that to me is exciting. And then plugging those great people into great teams. That, to me, that's scaling in a nutshell. That's how we're going to help make these people better and also free up time in their lives.
Amen. Well, thank you. This has been amazing. Quite frankly, we're going to be doing this every week, and we're going to be sharing recruiting tips. We're going to be coming in with strategies. We're going to mastermind with you from a distance. So if you want to engage, hit me or Travis up. We are more than happy to just pour out what's working for us. Even if you're working for another company, we're in this for the relationships. We're in this for the right reasons, and appreciate you being here, Trav.
Thank you, as always, Kelsey. It's awesome. I appreciate you.